Oops. Oh, I always correct. Hobbs. So, before I get started, just want to put out a warning. There are flashing lights in this. These flashing lights are not normal. The reason it's like in the previous Policenauts stream, sometimes you see the game screen flashed white. That's probably because I had of the way because I set it up to use the light gun use the mouse. I set the mouse to use the light gun controller. Yeah, yeah, it's good to be prepared. And because I set up to use the light gun controller, whenever I shoot, it causes the white flash. So the only way I'm gonna mitigate that is to not use the light gun at all. But then that defeats the purpose of defeats the one thing that the Saturn version has going over the PlayStation version of Policenauts. Anyway, just like Metal Gear Solid 1, we can view the summary screen of what happened. And we can see what. So let's see what we missed. Jonathan's ex-wife, Lorraine, requests he look for her husband, Kenzo Hojo, but shortly after is murdered by an unknown assailant. Jonathan returns to Beyond, taking the 4 capsules and the leaf he got from Lorraine with him. Having obtained Ed's help, Jonathan now begins his investigation. Ed shows Jonathan around BCP for the time being. And that is where we left off. So, the last thing we did before we had to call it was we were looking at Meryl's titties. Because Jonathan is a creep, and we have to look at everyone's titties, every lady's titties in this game as much as possible. There's a reason for it. Anyway, let's take a tour around BCP. So...
ヨナさん、それじゃあ BCP 内を案内しようか。
いいのか？
いいんだよ。お前を一人にする方が心配だ。びっくりするぞ。ここはホームの警察とはかなり違う。さあ、どこへ案内しよ
う。Actually, first, let's look at this hamburger. He's eating a space burger. That a maximum plus hamburger? They became famous after they set up that so-called drive-thru for astronauts. I used to eat a lot of them on home. This is the Beyond version of the 1G meal. I can't get enough of these. On Beyond, there are 2 types of meals. The other one is the 0G meal. I like the 1G meal. Dave wants to try a carbonated drink on home. Things like carbonated drinks and beer don't taste very good in zero gravity, so they're impossible to come by here. And even when you try and get them shipped from home, they spoil along the way. I wonder if that's actually the case. If they can simulate 1G gravity on a space colony, they should be able to process carbonated drinks. Let's see. The maximum. A major fast food restaurant in each chain started in outer space that specializes in hamburgers. By the way, if this glossary term doesn't draw Cottleman, I don't know what will. Hamburgers are easy to eat in space and other weightless areas, hence the company's choice of menu items. The maximum restaurant can be found in nearly every space facility today, and in many areas of Earth as well. Also known for its establishment of an automated drive-thru for amphibians in a remote area of the solar system in 2037. It sells 2 types of meals, the 1G meal and the 0G meal. Its most popular offering is the cow burger, which is high in calcium. 1G meal, a type of meal sold at the maximum fast food restaurant chain. It's standard offering containing food and beverages designed for consumption under 1G. And that's G-forces, by the way. Maximum sells two types of meals in space, the 1G meal and the 0G meal. The 1G meal is only available for limited periods of time on Beyond Coast, and because its contents are imported, the carbonated beverage normally included with it is replaced with an alternative. Therefore, this version differs from the 1G meal sold on Earth. And the 0G meal, a type of meal sold at the maximum fast food restaurant chain. Its contents are designed for easy consumption and zero gravity, nearly identical to the 1G meal, except the 0G meal offers beverages that help replenish calcium and bodily fluids easily lost in outer space. Yeah, and burgers were a big thing in Gundam. You always saw Bright Noah eating them. That's the image I have of him, is just him munching a burger. I think that was from Double Zeta. Okay, anyway, let's move. We'll go back. We'll start with the lobby. Let's do the full tour.
This is BCP の正面玄関のロビーだ。大きさを無視すれば、ホームの警察と大差はないはずだ。
整然としすぎてるがな。
I'm just checking something. Well, that lady is gone. Let's look around. So now that we have Ed with us, he will also start describing stuff to us. That's a map of Beyond. The government monitors virtually the entire colony around the clock. You can run, but you can't hide, huh? Exactly. The toilet gets clogged and they know about it before you do. Yeah, Ed fills the same role as Metal Gear Mark II in this game. He's your partner for the rest of this adventure. That guy ain't one of us. He's a police drama buff. Movies, TV shows, you name it. He likes to come and hang out here. Now, where'd Agent Hooper go off to? Diane's looking for him. For God's sake, don't get him going. He comes here every day babbling the same nonsense. We all know him. He's a copier. They used to do what AP does now. AP. What is AP? Oh. Acronym for Advanced Police. Did we already go over this one? Oh, if we did, the short version is they're the current police force that is running the show on the space colony. Those operators, they process all the information that comes in here. Our efforts to protect the public are based around this total information network. Did we look at this map already? Yes, we did. Let's look at this, That's Bob, one of the desk sergeants. All he does is talk about people behind their backs. I don't like the guy. He's one of those desk jockeys who thinks his shit don't stink. Find what you were looking for, detective? Just getting started. Yeah, now you can add babysitting terrestrial douches to your job description. Yeah, what a jerk. Yeah, we know that's a map. You don't have a very good view here. I miss home sky. Well, let's move. Let's go to forensics.
Yo, Dr. Sensei.
わしはビクトルじゃ。いつになったらちゃんと呼んでくれるんじゃ。
諦めた方がいい。エドは物覚えが悪いんだ。
お、誰じゃねその人は。
ジョナサン、紹介するよ。BCP の鑑識を担当しているビクトル・ユルゲンス先生だ。
よろしく。ジョナサン・イングラムだ。OLA で探偵をしている。
ほう、あんたがあの有名なイングラム飛行士？え若い頃、あんたの火星有人飛行の中継をワクワクして見ていたよ。そうか、戻ってきたんじゃな、あんたのホームに。よろしくな。
By the way, if you have a Hideo Kojima game bingo card, you can check mark Russian characters off the list, because here's our token Russian character. Let's look at him. There's blood on your clothes. I should think so. I've had this gown since my first autopsy. It holds the blood of every single body I've looked at over the years. In true Kojima fashion, indeed. Guess you could say a piece of their souls, too. I haven't seen many people with glasses here. I like glasses. They have a certain je ne sais quoi. When I was younger, I would change mine whenever something big happened in my life. He looks like one stubborn SOB. He's a terrestrial, alright. The face is like the rings of a tree. What else can you tell from this mug? Oh, let's talk to him. Doctor? I'm listening. Let's talk to him. Actually, also, we should probably also show him some of our stuff as well. So when did you move to Beyond? I was born in Moscow, back when socialists ran the country. That picture back there was taken around the time I was born. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, I went to America to study forensic medicine and later became a medical examiner. I've done autopsies on over 30,000 bodies throughout my career. In my 40s, I became interested in studying bodies in space and came here. You should see the bodies you get in zero gravity. The decomposition stages are freaky stuff. Let's ask him about his job. My area of expertise is medical examinations, but with my AID, I can perform most other analyses too. AP has its own science team, so we're on a shoestring budget here. It's just Gorby and me. The further computer analyses progress, the less use there is for people like me. What's that AID doohickey you were talking about? AID is short for Auto Analysis Identification Device. It's an AI gadget for doing analyses. It's got a number of sensors, like a spectrograph, a gas chromatograph, and a geotechnical sounder. You make it yourself? Huh, are you kidding? I wouldn't even know where to start. AID and its analysis were created by this guy on home. This is AID next to me. Let's ask him about Hojo's disappearance. I'm actually here looking for a missing person. Supposing he's already dead, how possible would it be to transport his body outside the colony? You could never take a body outside Beyond single-handedly. They've got a pretty tight security system in place. It'll be easy to transport them out while they're still alive and kill them somewhere else. They're becoming stricter and stricter about space debris every year. Let's look at the glossary. Since you want to see who invented this system. AID, an analysis device equipped with various sensors such as a spectrograph, a gas chromatograph, and a geotechnical sounder, as well as an AI system. Also contains 3D measuring instruments like optical and atomic probes, designed to assist with forensic analyses in response to soaring crime rates. Although it does not possess a complex AI with personality and emotions, it is capable of compiling case facts, performing accurate analyses, making inferences, and drawing conclusions. Oh, guess what? Hideo Kojima invented ChatGPT before ChatGPT became a real thing. Introduced at the beginning of the 21st century for cost reduction purposes, it later fell into disuse after all police stations on Earth became part of a single network and a centralized large-scale analyzer was developed. It doesn't even say who invented it. Sorry. Well, this is ChatGPT, the law enforcement edition. Oh, we got a glossary on Foxhound. Let's read about it. Foxhound, a high-tech special forces unit formed in the 1990s to respond to regional conflicts, local insurgencies, and terrorism. Foxhound differentiated itself from other special forces units with its application of one-man infiltration missions in situations of unconventional warfare. The unit's existence became known to the world as a result of the Galsburg Uprising of 1995 and a Zanzibar land disturbance of 1999. Its use of high-tech equipment in its infiltration missions had a significant influence on contemporary military strategy, resulting in other special forces units created in its image throughout the world. However, the unit was disbanded following its participation in the fall of Zanzibar land, after it was revealed it had been genetically modifying its members. The birthplace of many a legendary soldier, Foxhound has since become popularly known as the Ninja Squad. Featured in the MSX2 video games Metal Gear in 1987 and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake in 1990. Well, I was gonna make a joke that Policenauts is another Metal Gear continuity that we never knew about. Or it takes place in the same universe, who knows, as Metal Gear Solid. This does take place like decades after MGS4 after all. It feels a little dry. I've been drinking water, but it still cracks up. Alright. It wouldn't be that implausible. Okay, we need to show him some of our stuff. This is actually important. Let's show him Hojo. Let's show him all of it. Who are these guys? They look Japanese. The birthplace of many a cot. So that's Hojo. Doesn't look like the type who just leave everything and take off. This is Kenzo Hojo, the man who's disappeared. This the guy you're looking for? Libby, remember the basics of cot scooping combat. Oh yes, caught him. Since you're here, you missed me talking about some glossary stuff. Did you know there's a fast food chain here that sells space burgers called Maximum? And they sell 1G and 0G meals. Its most popular offering is a cow burger, which is high in calcium. Oh, what I miss. Burgers are really popular in space, apparently. Oh, hamburgers. I could go for one. Let's continue showing evidence. Cat like free. Lorraine. Oh, who's this? What are you talking about? That's me. Not you. I meant the fox next to you. You could call it an old memory. A really old memory. 0G meal is just a fucking shrew. That's what I expect from a terrestrial. Eons don't look back on the past the way we do. Let's look at... Yeah, let's show them the capsules and finally.
ビクトル、調べてもらいたいものがあるんだが。
おお、なんじゃ。それか。
ああ、 これもそうだが、もう一つある。
全部見せてみ。
Capsules and a leaf? Can you do it? I could never turn down a request from one of the Policenauts, could I? This stays between us, okay, Doctor? Give me a little time. It shouldn't take too long. Thanks, Victor. No problem. I'll get started right away. Oh, we showed him the leaf as well. I still remember it. That famous picture. Let's go to the AP room next. Thanks for your time, Victor.
すごい地球なまりだ。安心するよ。
ビヨンズは冷徹に話すからな。地球のように流暢なアクセントがない。ここが BCP を支える AP 隊員の部屋だ。時代の最先端を行く主力部署だ。正面にいるのが AP の隊長であり、この BCP の本部長でもあるゲイツ・ベッカーだ。
ゲイツか。偉くなったもんだ。
30年ぶりだろう、ジョナサン。あいつも変わった。さあ、紹介しよう。
ゲイツ。久しぶりだな。
Sorry.
ジョナサン・イングラム。ジョナサンじゃないか。いつこっちへ？
ゲイツ、BCP 本部長だって？出世だな。おめでとう。嬉しいよ。
みんなのおかげだ。私一人の力ではない。ジョナサン、あの事故の件は残念だった。あの鉛筆事故がなければ、君がこの椅子に座っていたかもしれん。
その話はやめてくれ。
ま、同じポリスノーツとして大歓迎するよ。どうだ、観光はまだか？
いや、観光で来たわけじゃない。
で、どうした？
実は、
ジョナサン。
人を探している。名前は北条健三。ビヨンドの徳川製薬社員だ。
徳川。
3週間前にこのビヨンドから姿を消した。捜査を依頼に来た彼のワイフは地球で殺された。
穏やかではないな。
本部長、私は。
ジョナサン、徳川が絡んでいるとなればことは単純では済まない。悪いが BCP として公には協力できん。その代わり江戸を使ってくれていい。徳川に何かあれば最終的には我々が乗り出す。江戸、北条の捜査に全面的に協力してやってくれ。ただし内密にな。
わかりました。
恩に着る、ゲイツ。
ジョナサン、歓迎はするが派手にはせんでくれよ。約束してくれ。
わかった。迷惑はかけない。
しかし久しぶりだな、まったく。
Oh, the game has regional servers with instances for matchmaking. Matchmaking groups you based upon a PvP kill death ratio and survival rate per sortie. High survival rate players can be grouped with PvP oriented players, which you don't mind. The problem occurs when there are no PvP oriented players that actively play, so you're dumped into a wasteland. Well, that's one of the pitfalls of games that actively try to encourage multiplayer PvP as like the main component of the game. I had this problem with Armored Core 5 as well. Like, it's like after like a couple of months ish, you go back to playing it. It's a wasteland, and you're lucky if you find people. Like they could have just made like matchmaking, like if you want to just play against other people, like in PvP is simple, but no, you have to go like do the stupid thing where you sign up with a faction and then you attack other factions' bases. they were actively suppressing teaming for PvP instances, and it overcompensates due to the low number of players in NA. Also, MechWarrior Online I think MechWarrior Online did like a thing where, like, if you grouped up like a 12-man, if you managed to get, if you joined like a unit and you managed to get a 12-man going, like literally 12 players, all coordinating together, then you were going to get teamed up with another 12-man. You have a streak of 50 streak of survived sorties. You kill one player of the other faction for fun, and then you're shuttled off to the PvP instance. Yeah, it sounds like they didn't really think that system through. And unfortunately, I think this is just it's Namco Bandai, right? This is Armored Core 5 had a similar issue. And it was also Namco Bandai. Granted, it was also From Software, but yeah. Anyway, this is Gates Becker. Oh, this is Gates Becker. He's a nice guy. He's voiced by Osamu Saka, who's the Japanese voice for the End in Metal Gear Solid 3, and Sergei Golukovich in Metal Gear Solid 2. And the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff in Peace Walker. He's kind of old. Your choices: die to other players enough to lower your KDA. Cannot due to no players. Die to PvE. Takes forever. Wait a week. Yeah, that really sucks. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's just a failing of not just Sensuality, but just Bandai Namco's PvP model in general. I liked it better when you could just, if people want to just PvP, and you just gather a bunch of people and say, hey, you wanna just shoot each other. That system always works. That always gets people to that, like, they're like, I don't like. I know they're trying to do like the immersive metagame system like Chrome Hounds or something, but it never really works all that well. It does seem like a very bad situation. They didn't account for players who want to PvP when the player base would be too low for it. And and Sensuality, I remember it's not a very well received game, so not a lot of people play it, right? So of course, that's gonna also multiply the it's not gonna amplify the problem with it being scarce, like being the PvP scene being scarce, kind of scarce. Okay, let's look at Gates. You've aged pretty well, Gates. I suppose I've been luckier than some. Let's talk to him. Chief? What is it? We used to have high pop and low pop, newbies to the new map, and what happened was one faction got mad when the PvE faction would team up to fight back, so the PvP faction would bring 5+. It was okay though, there were very fair PvE and PvP times to be online. What happened to the others? Tokugawa resigned from BCP 20 years ago to head up the Tokugawa group. Salvatore quit, I suppose 10 years or so ago, and apparently went back to home. The Policenauts eventually evolved into the proper police force we have today. AP do most of the work. AP do most of the work here now. They're a mobile police unit. AP were created to be a new breed of space police designed around the special set of conditions you have on a colony. We recruit AP members from government frozeners. It's dangerous work. Having a family or friends is only a burden. That was one of the lessons of your accident. On top of that, they only use sperm-carrying genes well-suited to space's environment when they fertilize frozen or eggs. In other words, they select the fathers from past astronauts. Meaning we could be responsible for some of these guys? The possibility is there. You could say Frozeners are literally the sons of us astronauts. That seems barbaric in a way. Well, it's just like the sons of Big Boss. In addition to their normal police duties, AP also uses EMPs to perform rescue operations inside the colony. The police on home have been in touch with us, as it involved the murder of a Beyond. What a senseless crime. Who would have thought something like that would happen to your ex-wife? What's Old LA saying? They've concluded she was the victim of a bomb planted by repatriatists or eco-terrorists, but there's not much to go on. Repatriatists? Aye, repatriatists. It's been 30 years since we colonized space. The pollution of space's environment has become quite pronounced. That's where the movement was born. They say we should all just stop. They say we should just stop all of this and return to home. Well, let's show him some photos. This is the guy who's gone missing. He seems very like all the other people you find at Tokugawa. And then for Lorraine to be killed as well. This is you and Lorraine, I see. What were you planning on doing bringing a photograph like this with you? Try to forget about what happened and move on. Lorraine would want the same. Well, I'll be. I haven't seen that in donkey's years. Well, we're done here. Let's walk away from Gates. Cheerio, Gates. So, these are the AP. These are the advanced police. This guy looks familiar. He was on the plane with us. Let's look at him.
あの男どうした？
旅はどうだった？ポリスノーツさん。
AP だったのか。トニー・レッドウッドだ。AP の爆弾処理を担当してるが、エンプス乗りでは彼の右に出る者はいない。ミスター・ゴダードと呼ばれている。
宇宙酔いくらいで参るようじゃ、早くホームのママのところへ帰った方がいいぜ。それとも、またスチュワーデスに薬でももらうか。ここはビヨンドだ。あんたのような古いテレストリアルには厳しいところだ。
俺はお前のようにゾンビみたいになるつもりはないがね。
ジョナーさん、やめろ。相手にするな。
そうだエド。この次元装置の仕掛けわかるか？
なんだ、いきなり。
あんた、ホームで爆弾処理班にいたことがあるらしいな。
麻薬界入る前のことだ。
通常爆弾の設計者は解体されないようにいくつかの安全策を設ける。ここに赤と青のコードがあるだろう。最後のセーフティー装置だ。このどちらかを切断すれば解体できる。俺がセットしたとしたら、これはどっちだと思う？危険の赤か安全の青か。
レッドウッドのレッド。
ドカーン。アウトだ。コロニーに穴が開いたぞ。攻撃的な人間が常に赤を好むとは限らない。答えは青だ。俺ならいつも青にする。
ああ、覚えておくよ。
Are any of you gonna hop on Mecha Break when it releases? Not. I didn't have a terribly good impression of Mecha Break. I am more inclined to wait out to see if From Software will finally churn out some Armored Core 6 DLCs. And maybe something for online play that would really spice it up. Well, I diffused this earlier. Real state-of-the-art device. Terrorists have been using some pretty advanced components in their bombs lately, haven't they? It was a bomb that killed Lorraine. Why'd you ask me about it anyway? You never know when terrorists could strike. Even an old-timer like you should be prepared. That's a body armor spacesuit APs use. They can take quite a number of hits. If they have their helmet on, they can go out into space just like that. Oh, so this is a spacesuit too. I doubt Armored Core 6 DLC is gonna be a thing. It's been almost 2 years since the game came out. Well, Elden Ring just got its DLC. So that's why I've been that's why I'm holding out. He's like a corpse with that complexion. Not to mention the look on his face. We called him the living dead around the station. I don't blame you. Yeah, but that was announced way before release. Let's talk to him. Redwood, what do you want? Let's talk to him. My commanding officer is the chief. My compatriots are the guys you see around you. You're neither of those. I don't have to answer your questions. Well, let's keep bugging him anyway. I don't have to talk to anyone outside AP. That includes you, Ed. He's a totally different person from the plane. That, in case it hasn't hit you, that was an act. What? We can modify our personalities anytime we need to. All part of our training. Lorraine? Who's that? Don't know anyone called Lorraine. He really is like a completely different person. On the space plane, you said you'd gone to visit some family and home or something, didn't you? It wasn't work-related. It was personal. I don't have to explain myself to you. Answer the question. I don't remember saying anything like that. Well... What a nice guy.
感じ悪いやつだな。一度も瞬きしなかった。
フローズナーはみんなだ。あれでノーマルらしい。
ノーマル？異常だぜ。
彼らは目に人工水晶体の眼内レンズを装着してるらしい。視力は常人の2倍はあるって聞いたがな。
あいつらが俺たちの子供かもしれんなんてな。
心配はいらん。少なくとも俺とジョナサンの精子は使われていないだろう。
だろうな。エドが遺伝的に優れてるなんて。
お前は宇宙恐怖症だしな。
それにしてもエド、奴に対しておかしくないか？
そうか？
奴と何かあるのか？
フローズナーとは合わないだけだ。
Anyway, let's finally go to the shooting range. At long last.
ここが BCP の射撃訓練場だ。BCP では週2回の射撃訓練が義務付けられている。イヤープロテクターはその壁にかけてある。実弾を使うんでかなりの音になるんだ。
俺も使っていいのか？
構わんだろう。税関で銃の登録はしてるんだろ？
ああ、登録は済ませた。弾のライフリングまでな。
あの右の端末を使えば訓練プログラムが始まる。現れるマンターゲットの命中率と命中箇所が分かる仕組みになっている。ただしこのプログラムは無反動銃、つまりリフトガン用に設定されているからな。リフトガンはいかにロックオンするかが問題なんだ。実行プログラムはターゲットモード、トレーニングモード、コンバットモードの計3モードが用意されている。 それぞれ様々な状況を想定した特徴のあるプログラムが取り入れられている。昔ながらのメカトロニクスと最先端の立体映像、エレクトロニクスを駆使している。
それじゃあ VR なのか？
いや、実戦に近づけるために VR は使っていない。銃も実弾を使う。安全性の追求だけでは訓練にはならない。軍でも銃の訓練に VR を採用していないのと同じだ。ここでは撃てば現実に風穴が開く。見た目は少し古い感じを受けると思うが、そこいらのバーチャルリアリティとは違う。そこのインテリジェントターミナルで選択すれば作動する。
Will I play Kojumbo's masterpiece Death Stranding 2? Of course I will. I have, like, my brain rot dwarfs, maintenance when it comes to genius Kojumbo things. So, oh yeah, this looks like a Mac computer, by the way. Like one of those old Mac computers that you find in elementary schools. Let's put on these. These are ear protectors. You should wear them when you practice. The noise adds up. You'll damage your ears. More bang for your buck than VR. Well, let's wear them. On they go. Smart choice. By the way, you don't have to wear them. You get some goofy dialogue where Jonathan just complains about his ears ringing. But we are gonna be professional as possible. This is part of the trainer. You select a program with this. Let's use it. So I mentioned this already, but I mentioned this the last time. But shooting is improved from Snatcher. We don't have a blaster pistol anymore. We are using an actual Beretta. So if you've played light gun games like Lethal Enforcers or Virtua Cop, it is basically the same thing this time. So Meryl wants to do training mode to beat her score of 550. But before we do that, let's start with the other modes. Let's start with target mode. Yeah, it's coming out this month. I don't know why the gunshot sound was much lower than it should have been. So, what do you think? Not a bad setup, huh? You used the virtual gun. Okay, let's take a look. That was target mode's circle target. This is a common type of target. Nice, this is a good score. That's about what you expect for a first time out. You use the virtual gun and the controller there. In target mode, you need to keep an eye on how much time you got left, especially if you're setting up each shot individually. You can't fire any remaining rounds once time's run out. The more shots you land, the higher your score will be. By the way, have you ever seen a rat before? That's kind of a weird question. Of course I've seen a rat before. Matter of fact, I saw one at OLA just before I left. Anyway, these rats showed up here not that long ago. We've been trying everything to get rid of them. Here in the range? Yeah. Well, that's right. The mouse. Let's use this again. Easy to use, ain't it? The virtual gun, the light gun only works once you turn on the terminal. Oh, let's do this. What the fuck is this? Got a feel for it? That was target modes. Hey, what the hell is this? You drew this, didn't you? Not bad, huh? Just who's this supposed to be? Calm down, Ed. It's a joke. Take your hand out your jacket. Don't tell me this is supposed to be me. You're scaring me a little, Ed. Well, your face always looks a little creepy. What? Whatever. More of your usual bullshit. Phew. Just try it again. Just try it. Alright. Anyway, here are your results. Pretty nice score, Jonathan. I could shoot your face up all day. What? I forget it. You used the virtual gun and the controller again. Don't you think it's time you pick one and stick to it? Oh yeah, I'm sticking to the virtual gun. Let's do this some more. Well, that one was the easy one. Here are the results from your third round. That was target modes. Man target. Pretty nice score, Jonathan. What, you think I can't handle a moving target? I think I think he's giving that dialogue because maybe there's a glitch going on where the game thinks I'm using both the virtual gun and the light gun and the gamepad at the same time. But I need to set up for the gun to even work in the first place. Yeah, fuck you, Redwood. That was a caricature of Tony Redwood, by the way. That was target modes. You drew another one. When the hell do you have time to draw all these anyway? Whatever. Anyway, let's take a look at your results. Nice, this is a good score. Here's a hint for target mode. You get a higher score by keeping your aim fixed on one place and firing multiple shots instead of moving it around for each shot. Multiple shots, Jonathan. Got it? he says that, but the more time it takes, the less time you'll have to actually shoot the target. And my aim is pretty good, so I don't care enough to hold my aim in one spot. Oh, this is the one I wanted to show. What is that? What is that face? Does that song sound familiar? Because that was the theme that played in Snatcher when like a tense scene was happening. Like when Gillian Seed first finds Gibson's body, for example. You recognize it indeed. That's why I played Snatcher before Policenauts. That was target modes. You drew another one. When the hell do you have time to draw all these anyway? I didn't draw this one. Oh, come on. If you didn't draw it, then who did? I honestly didn't draw this. For the love of, whatever. Anyway, let's take a look at your results. Pretty nice score, Jonathan. You did a good job hitting the center. It's harder without any lines. You expect any different? You should play Ghost of Tsushima? I want to play that at some point, actually. Let's see, I think those are all the Easter egg targets. So the other two is training mode. Training mode, you shoot moving targets. And combat mode is a mode where you have to survive for as long as possible against targets that may or may not shoot at you. This one's the longest. I'll show it once, but I'll show it once, but I'm not gonna do it over and over because it's long. I mean, it's fun to do when I was practicing seriously for this, practicing shooting in this game seriously, but doing that on stream is gonna be boring to watch. You just do the same thing over and over. Anyway, she wants us to hit targets on level 2. You can choose you can choose between a regular target, a body, or these tiny targets. And since I'm confident, I'll choose these. The employees that showed up take it easy. And I'm confident enough to do this on level 3, but I think we need to do this on level 2 specifically. So let's do it. You gotta shoot them 3 times for the best amount of score. Yeah. Let's try that again. That was training mode's mini circle target. Wow, great score. That was your first time in training mode. It's not that easy to get a score like this your first time. You got one misfo. Your shooting's pretty good. You just have to try to relax more. I'll tell you something about training mode. There are free types of targets and free levels. You can try a harder level if you think it's too easy for you.
なかなかやるね、ジョナサン。僕が見本を見せてやろう。
デイブか。珍しいな。お前がここに来るとは。
賑やかなんでね。トレーニングモードのレベル1か。楽勝だ。
Actually, maybe that flashing is normal. Because I'm not controlling this. This is a demo. This is Dave showing us how he shoots targets. And by the way, yeah, that vest, orange vest and goggles are the same thing Mero wears at the end of MGS1 when you escape from Shadow Moses.
お見事。
You got a hit rate of 100, but his score count sucks.
人は殺さず、最小限のダメージで逮捕することが重要さ。じゃあ、ジョナサン。
Yeah, that would make sense in an actual real life situation, but we're just doing target training, so numbers are all that matters. Oh yeah, so that's Dave's not the only one who will do that. Some of the other cops will show up. And Mero and Tony Redwood will also show up. Sometimes. I don't think I can get all of them in one stream. I may have to show like someone else's video of what that looks like. Let's try to do this again. Oh, dang it. We need 550, so we gotta do that again. Oh, oops. Sorry. That was me. I knocked the mic by mistake. That's so close. We gotta get those titties. We gotta get our titty score. Those training mode, spinny circle target. Great score. You didn't get any misses either. Yeah, you just have to try not to waste so many shots. You're aim solid. Just remember that when you practice. Just remember that when you practice, and you should do better.
ポリスノーツ、それじゃあダメだな。
Oh, hi, Tony.
レッドウッド。
ビヨンドではこうやるんだ。トレーニングモードのレベル3か。見てろ。
He's using auto fire, by the way. You can beat the score by using. I could beat the score by using auto fire as well. But I'm not using it right now. Also, his score could have been much higher if he aimed for the. The problem is with these, even on these human-sized targets, the green circle actually gets you the most points.
すごい。
Yeah, he always aims for the head.
いいか。反射神経を自慢する時代は終わったんだ、ポリスノーツ。無反動銃は一度ターゲットを捉えると二度と外さない。覚えとくんだな。
So we've got Dave and Dave and Tony's demos. Maybe Meryl will show up as well. Let's try this one more time. Tony Redwoods, by the way, is the highest scoring demo that you'll see. I'm gonna do this again. It's level 2, small targets, start. Not bad. Let's try that again. Two damn points. Noel comes here to shoot every now and then. That's her favorite mode. I wouldn't mind seeing what she's like. Let's try this again. I'm not giving up on this until I get it. There we go. 590. I did it. That was training mode's mini circle target. Wow, great score. You didn't get any misses either. You just have to try not to waste so many shots. Sweet. What are you so happy about? Time to collect from Meryl. Here's a hit for training mode. You should aim for the target's green area. The green area is worth 10 points. The other areas are worth each 1 and 5 points. The closer you get to the center, the higher the points. The center is worth 10 points. Then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the further out you go. Hitting those with a virtual gun ain't easy, foe. Of course it isn't. Now let's show off the last mode. So I've shown you the target mode, the training mode, and then the third one's the combat mode. This one is simulating an actual combat scenario, but it's not as cool as it sounds. It's just cutouts of targets that look like people with guns. We gotta start on level 21 because I'm pro like that. Let's do it. You have to shoot people who are aiming guns at you. If you shoot someone who's not aiming a gun at you, then you actually lose health as well. Or a cop. You can't shoot cops. I made a mistake right there. Gotta watch out because sometimes they pull out a gun. Also, if you take too long to shoot someone with a gun out, then you also lose health. You can see the reason why I said this could take long is if I survive long enough, the game will just keep going. But there will be a point where eventually you and I can't keep up. Or I make too many mistakes. Oh, they're shooting very quickly now. It's fun to shoot them in the back of the head if they had a gun pointed at you. Well, I got lucky on that one. Izzy gets hectic too. But if you're a good shot, then this could take forever before you finally die. I shot a cop. By mistake. Oh, these targets are getting faster. Oh, they're shooting you while moving up. Oh, that's bad. I'm dead. But 4,000 points. 4,707 points. It was a pretty good. It was a pretty solid run. That was your first time in combat mode. You did pretty well for your first time. Your first goal should be to try to get past level 25. He's well past level 25. You passed with flying colors. After level 64, the two walls in the middle will start to move. Oh, I have to get past level 60. Oh no. There are also targets that will hide behind the walls. Yes, I know about that. The right-hand wall has a hole in it. It goes all the way through the walls, so you can hit targets through it. No, let's save. Since just so I don't just in case it crashes or something. Because we made an hour of progress here. Let's I think the analysis should be done by now. Well, we can go straight to forensics, or we can go to Vice. Let's go to Vice. That's enough of that. Let's get back to things. Don't forget to take off the ear protectors. Oh yeah.
ジョナさん、薬莢を拾っていけよ。リフトガンは薬莢が出ないんだ。苦情が殺到する。
なるほど。わかった。エドは訓練しないのか？
いいんだ。
どうして？お前の腕を久々に見てみたいな。
俺はうまくない。もう目が良くないんだ。
おかしなやつだな。
You say that, but Big Boss was like at his 80s, chasing Snake around with Rebecca Vice. You gonna use this place, Jonathan? Yes, I am. By the way, Cottom, if you're still here, here's the Space Burger. I wanted to show you this. If you're not here, I'll just take a picture. And I'll just screen cap it and I'll just show you on Discord. Is that all you eat? I'm still in my first box, just getting warmed up. Oh, he eats a lot of burgers. And he's thin. How do you get away with... I want that metabolism. How do you get away with eating so many burgers and looking like that? Anyway. We earned the right to touch Meryl's titties, so... I did it. I got over 550 points in the level 2 training mode. Yeah, I noticed. I'm here to collect. You won fair and square. Go ahead, lover boy. Alright, here I go. What was that? Yeah, every time you touch her tits, it makes a weird noise. Would you hate me if I touched them again? Knock yourself out. What is that noise? In the name of... What have you got under there? I think you've had enough. I think she's wearing... I get the feeling like she's probably wearing like a practical joke bra. If someone tries to grope her, it makes a really goofy noise to make them back off, or something like that. That's the only explanation behind that noise. You just prank the shit out of people who think they can be creeps. Anyway, let's go to forensics. Let's actually move the plot now. We've been at this for an hour.
おう、ジョナサン、分析結果が出とるぞ。ゴールビーも頑張ってくれた。
えらく早いな。
当たり前じゃ。ゴールビー。まずジョナサンから預かったカプセル剤じゃが、ジョナサン、無駄足だったかもしれん。わざわざビヨンドまで来たようじゃが、4つのカプセルはどれも徳川製薬が扱う新薬じゃ。インドメタシン ZL、 これはインドール誘導体を含む解熱鎮痛剤。次はパラディソン、これはペンゾジアゼジン誘導体を含む精神安定剤。そしてハイファイトミン、これは B12 を含む水溶性ビタミン。最後はフェドレジン、これは塩酸エンドルフィンを使った交感神経興奮性鎮害剤。
ビタミン剤、風邪薬、咳止め、精神安定剤。
麻薬の一種ではなかったのか。
どうやらそうらしいの。これは単なる薬じゃ。それも発売済みのな。
なぜ北条はただの薬を大切に持っていたんだ。
何か細工があるんじゃないのか。製薬会社の社員なんだろ。
カプセルにマイクロフィルムを隠すとか。
そうまで言うのならこれを見てみるんじゃ。4つの薬品の成分と化学組成の分析結果は数値も何もかも徳川が申請している薬と全く一致する。さらにあまりよく知られてはおらんが、正規の薬には全てその内容薬が何であるかを示す製剤識別コードというものが薬の表面か包装に記号化されて示されているんじゃ。この白い部分のマークが徳川製薬製を示し、その横の数字が薬品名を示しとる。これらのカプセルもこの規定に従い製剤識別コードの表示と内容が一致する。つまりごく普通に大量流通している薬じゃ。どれも特別な薬ではなく何の共通性も見出せん。いや、ただ
どうした？
一つ腑に落ちんことがある。これを見てくれ。これはカプセルのコードの拡大画像じゃ。こうしてみるとこのマークは確かに徳川製薬の識別コードなんじゃが、見るんじゃ。三つ葉葵の上の部分が欠けているじゃろ。今のプリント技術ではこんなミスは起こさん。
ああ、確かに欠けている。
しかもこの欠けている部分が右と左で対になってるんじゃ。4つのうち2つが左の歯が欠け、残り2つは右が欠けている。偶然じゃろうかな。
プリントミスでないとすると意図的な印。徳川製薬品の偽物じゃないのか。
それにもう一つ、このカプセルは封入式でなくキャップ式を採用している。キャップ式カプセルは半世紀も前に使われなくなってるんじゃ。
北条はどうしてこのカプセルを？このカプセルに何があるんだ？そしてこのカプセルのためにロレインも。
しかし徳川製薬が関係していることは間違いない。徳川製薬社員の行方不明、不可解な徳川製薬のカプセル。
ビクトル、葉の方はどうなんだ？
こっちの方はズバリじゃったよ。この葉はブラックポピーの葉じゃ。
ブラックポピー？
黒消しだ。合成麻薬ナークを作る原料となる。
ああ、ニュースで言ってたやつか。
そうだ。毎日合成麻薬ナークに関する事件は大変。
やはり麻薬絡みか。
ビヨンドにおける消し栽培は何年も前に完全に撲滅したはずだ。これはホームから密輸したものだろう。
となると、北条は黒消しの密輸に関与していたのか？
それが、見てくれ。これはこの葉の断面図じゃ。普通ホームで育った植物からは必ず大気汚染物質が検出されるんじゃ。じゃがこの葉はきれいなもんじゃ。きれいすぎる。
つまり地球外で栽培されたものということか。
さらに限定を裏付けるウイロイドの一種が検出された。
ウイロイド。
これがそうじゃ。植物細胞内に感染して増殖する病原体じゃ。しかもこれは5年前にビヨンド内だけで大流行したウイロイド S 型。
ということはこのビヨンド内のどこかで黒消しが栽培されているということか。密輸ではなく。
で、この葉が半分の意味は？
それはわからん。切断面から人工的に切断されているのは確かじゃが。
ナーク取引の際の割り符かな？
さっきの製剤コードと関係しているとは思えないか？
とにかく北条の失踪にはナークが絡んでる。そしてその舞台になっているのが徳川製薬。
ますます厄介だな。これまでにも徳川と麻薬の関係はささやかれていたんだが、上からの圧力もかかってうやむやになっている。数年前に本部長が AP を使って大々的に捜査を続けたが失敗に終わった。
それからか、ゲイツに根性がなくなったのは。
確証がつかめんことには手を出せん。ジョナサン、この件は思ったより根が深そうだ。下手すれば死人が増えることになる。
ともあれ、徳川製薬へ行ってみようぜ。北条の勤めている会社だ。何かわかるだろう。
徳川製薬なら案内しよう。ただし慎重に行こう、ジョナサン。
徳川製薬なら世話になったからな。酔い止め薬で。
他に質問は？
Well, that was a long cutscene. And yeah, this game is actually much longer than Snatcher. This is literally the second stream, and we haven't and we're only this far right now. Let's see, what else? What can we talk about? Well, it is a Kojima game. Of course, it has long cutscenes. Whether it's somehow even longer than Snatcher's. What can you tell us about Narc? I saw a bit about it on the news. It's a drug that first became popular with astronauts for relieving the pressures of the job. It's since spread throughout beyond and the rest of space. It's a semi-synthetic narcotic created through supercomputer drug design. Full black poppy opium serves as its base, of course. Even a few milligrams can kill you. It's difficult to detect in drug tests because it's taken in such small amounts. That's why it's so hard to prosecute users. They just need to look harder, that's all. We've had ways of detecting trace amounts of drugs for a long time, RAA testing, for example. Well, that's true, yeah. Some screeners have just stopped trying. Anyway, that's one of the reasons narcs become so popular. People know the chances of being caught are next to none. The black poppy is a delicate plant, similar in ways to some orchids. Cultivating them would require a lot of money, effort, and the right technology. It's more than a one-man operation. Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals is the Tokugawa Group's fourth biggest moneymaker after Tokugawa Heavy Industries, Tokugawa Electronics, and Tokugawa Construction. They were one of the first companies to expand to space development. They developed the first made-in-space versions of drugs like interferon and urokinase. Is that how you pronounce it? They were practically an overnight success. The development of the immunosuppressive wonder drug cyclosidine used in organ transplants revolutionized pharmacology. Well, of course, the development of mass transplantation, where you mask organs and antigens with antibody fragments and avoid post-op rejection, ended the need for it. Well, let's look at Corby. This is an analyzer? What do you think? Pretty nice for an analyzer, huh? What you see on the monitor is a visual representation of the AIDS AI. I named him Gorby. He responds to my voice. Hey, Gorby. I wouldn't bother. He's an AI up to a point. He can tell you what's in the dirt on your shoes, but he can't talk. Just blips and beeps. IJPV, we're playing more Policenauts. Those are his visual sensors, his eyes, so to speak. I say eyes, but they're just for moving around. He doesn't use them in analyses. It's Victor's forensic robot, the aide. That's his arm. The hand contains sensors made out of materials like pressure sensitive rubber and conductive silicone rubber. It allows him to determine the shape and composition of the object he's analyzing. That's his keyboard. I use it for analyses. There are limits to his voice recognition capabilities. The keyboard comes out when you open this cover. Let's look at this photo. Where is this? It's Russia, the old Soviet Union, I should say. That's where I'm from. Been about 50 years since the last time I was there. That, my friends, is a clipping of a thesis. To be specific, the thesis. It was in this famous academic journal at home. I decided to major in pathology after I read it. That paper changed my life forever. This is some amazing equipment you've got. Amazing? Think so? Well, amazing in the sense that they're all ancient analog devices. I've had these a long time. I still use them in my research. To be honest, I use 8 for most of my work. So they're more of a collection? You could say that. I have a lot of memories of these. Those kids in AP think they're a bunch of junk, but digital equipment isn't perfect. These pieces of paper have chemical formulas for transfer assays on them. I discovered them myself, not that long ago either. You're still using paper? Writing out ring structure is complicated stuff. It takes longer trying to do them on the computer. I don't like to waste any of my time. Okay, let's move. Let's leave. See you later. It's the lobby.
よし、ジョナさん、捜査に出かけよう。BCP 前だ。さあ、捜査に出かけよう。橋はそこに BCP のポリスカーがある。あれで現場へ向かおう。
Well, we already looked around this place, so let's drive. We can go to either Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals or Hojo's house. Where do you want to go first? either of these two are possible leads for our investigation. We know that Hojo worked at Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals, and his house may have some more information on what the kind of work he was doing. So, Lemmy, what's your vote? Hojo's house? Okay, let's go to Hojo's house then.
ダメだ。北条の住所がわからん。
どうして BCP のデータバンクで簡単に。
徳川系の社員情報は BCP のコンピューターからはアクセスできないんだ。徳川に関するあらゆるデータは企業秘密として法律で守られている。だから名簿にも載っていない。
バカな、この時代に。
Well, I guess that's a write-off. I guess we're going to Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals anyway.
ジョナサン、乗れよ。
Sorry, guys.
江戸の無茶な運転を体験するのは
ホームのスポーツカーとは違う。そんなにスピードは出ん。安心しろ。コンピューターのサポートシステムを搭載した知能カーだ。
ちょっとは安心だな。
Sorry, guys. We're going to Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals.
なんだ？
あれが最新のパトロールの方法だ。コロニー内をわずか数十分で巡回できる。
俺たちはまさに時代遅れだな。
さあ、俺たち流の捜査に出かけよう。ジョナサン、タバコはダメだ。
禁煙者か？
コロニー内での喫煙は禁止なんだ。
このタバコは副流煙の出ないものだ。肺がんになるのは俺だけです。
ここはホームとは違う。ここでの喫煙は立派な犯罪だ。しかも肺を提供するドナーにもなれん。道徳的にも恥じる行為だ。
火はつけん。口に加えてるだけだ。
しかしいつからだ？昔は吸わなかった。
迷惑はかけん。
ここにしばらくいればやめられるさ。
そうかな。
そうさ、必ず吸わなくなる。そのうちな。ここが徳川製薬のビヨンド研究所だ。まずはここから捜査に取り掛かろう。
Yeah, this is definitely Tokugawa. Look at that family crest right up there. That's Tokugawa Alloy, the hollyhock leaves. It's the Tokugawa Group's logo, borrowed from the Tokugawa family crest. Look at how big they've got it up there. You can't miss it. Yeah, Tokugawa is a historical Japanese family that, I mean, existed during during medieval times. I forget the exact specific. I don't like. I forget how to describe them, but you've seen these. You played Yakuza Ishin. They were involved in that game too. This is the building sign. It says Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals R&D facility. It's written in Japanese too. Well, this must be the front entrance. Hey, it's open. Let's go. Look at all the trees they got here. It's almost a small forest. Jonathan, these trees are privately owned. They all belong to Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals. How do you know? All plants on Beyond have control plates on them, since they're monitored by computer. Funny looking building. It's like some kind of palace or something. I've seen this design before in ancient Japanese architecture. Do they have koi fish too? Let's find out. Look, they've got fish in here. They're koi. It's not uncommon for Japanese to spend money on things like this. They definitely don't skimp on amenities around here. Well, this is a space colony. It isn't like home. You have to stimulate the economy any way you can. Well, I guessed right. There's koi fish. Of course there are going to be koi fish in here. Hey, let's go in.
ヨナさん、それじゃあ中に入ろう。
ここは徳川製薬の研究開発ビルだ。関係者以外の立ち入りは禁止になっているんだ。悪いが、お引き取り願おうか。
It looks like a research lab. It says DDS on the glass. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Oh, I'm just looking around. This door looks pretty thick. You wouldn't be able to force it open. It's the type of door you get with a walk-in safe. Whatever's back there must be important. What do you guys want? Oh, look, a magnetic lock. The security level for this area must be higher than the others. Only the real eggheads get back here. What do you... Yeah. Okay, fine, let's talk to you. He must be a security guard here. He's a little short, but he's well built. He looks like the kind of guy who's done a martial art before. Look, this isn't a museum. I'll talk to him.
BCP のものだが、ここで働いている北条健三のことで話が聞きたい。
警察？なんだ、BCP か。俺はここの警備兼受付を任されている斉藤ってもんだ。で、どういう要件だ？
He doesn't look very friendly. Let's talk to him anyway.
この研究所に北条健三という男が勤めてるはずだが。
ああ、確かに北条さんならうちの社員だ。何年も前からこの研究所で働いてる。俺なんかよりもずっと古いさ。
実は北条氏の捜索願いが出てるんだが。
捜索願い？そうか。それじゃあもうオープンなんだ。
ん？今なんて？
いや、会社の方から信用問題になるからしばらく様子を見るようにって言われてね。
マスコミに騒がれるとまたイメージダウンだからな。
まあ早い話がそういうこと。うちほどのグループになるといろいろと妬まれたりするから。
それで北条氏はいつから？
それがもう3週間にもなるかな。北条さん連絡もなしにぷっつりと来なくなったんだ。それでこっちも困ってるんだ。どうしていいものやら。家族の方からも問い合わせがあるし、会社からは口止めされてるしでね。
Well, I guess looks are deceiving. He's much nicer than Tony was. Where does Hojo live? It's the most exclusive area of Tokugawa Hills. You can't miss it. Huge place at the end. Tokugawa Hills, huh? That's a high-priced residential area. A lot of Japanese live there. All Tokugawa-related information is protected by law, right? I think anyone desperate enough could get a hold of an address. Well, it's not like I didn't have a clue where he might live. It's just better to get their permission. You have any idea what happened to Hojo? Well, he was a real workaholic. Maybe all the stress finally got to him? He was cooped up in here almost non-stop in the weeks before he disappeared. He could have gone back to home. A lot of terrestrials do that. You mean return syndrome? That's when someone who can't cope with living on Beyond anymore leaves their family, job, and everything else behind and disappears to home. It happens a lot in our company, since we have so many Japanese employees. Japanese people are prone to that. What does Hojo's job involve? He's head of DDS development here, and also the sales rep for DDS products. The latter involves distributing information to hospitals and doctors about new drugs developed here. How did Hojo seem before he disappeared? Anything unusual about him? He just finished work for a new product. Everything went well, as far as I know. By the way, you can stop me at any time you think me reading this out is annoying. I just want to read it out just because I didn't read out for Snatcher last time, but what's this DDS you mentioned? It stands for Drug Delivery System. DDS development looks at new ways to deliver drugs. Before, all drugs had to go through the process of absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. That meant only a small amount of the drug ever reached the target area. You with me so far? So the goal of any DDS product is to ensure the necessary amount of a drug is present in the target area at all times. Get all that? Not really. Not very smart, Jonathan. They did this in the past through ribosomes or microspheres, in the case of cancer drugs, for instance, with their numerous side effects. This guy's a walking encyclopedia. What's this new product Hojo is working on? All I can tell you is it's the newest product in our DDS line. Sorry, officers, but the rest is sensitive. There's a lot of competition in this industry, and I have a job to keep. What is it you guys do here? This is Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals' research and development facility on Beyond. Our main focus here is our DDS work. The other area of interest is the factory where we manufacture drug samples. Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals pioneered made-in-space drug development. We're now the world leader in pharmaceutical technology, with a track record that speaks for itself. We're a true colony-age business. I suppose our Japanese management style is one of the reasons for our success. Are you an actual Tokugawa employee, or are you with a security company? I was originally an assistant here, but with my physique they decided to put me on security. I'm still a salaried Tokugawa employee. That's why I hold a certain level of knowledge about our operations. You couldn't call me an expert anymore, though. Well, now that we've talked to him, this must be the lock system for the room. An ID card reader. Security must be tight. Talk about career advancement. You need a Tokugawa ID for that. Let's see if we can go to the DDS room.
その北条の研究室 DDS ルームの中を見せてもらいたいんだが、北条の足取りを探りたい。
頼む。何か手がかりがあるかもしれん。あんたら無茶言うな。無茶は承知だ。
こいつの言う通りにした方がいいぞ。かえって面倒になる。
待ってくれ。面倒はごめんだ。
悪いようにはしない。
参ったな。参ったんなら入れてくれ。DDS ルームだけなら構わないが、会社には内緒にしてくれよ。俺はビヨンズなんだ。こんなことが会社にバレたら、ここで働けなくなる。大丈夫だ。約束する。それじゃあ、ロックを解除するから。
By the way, this guy's voice actor sounds familiar to me, but I can't.
DDS ルームだ。北条さんがいなくなった時のままの状態だ。あんまり触らないでくれよ。
I can't put my finger in. I think it sounds a lot like Kai Kogashiwa from initial D third stage. The guy who drove the Toyota MR2 against Takumi and did those ridiculous jumps. Anyway, let's look around. Let's look at this thing.
ああ、それは北条さんが使ってたホワイトボードだよ。あの人几帳面だったから、いつもそこに予定を書き込んでいたんだ。
これは北条の筆跡か？
間違いない。北条さんの字だ。
確か北条が消息を絶ったのが15日。15日。予定が書き込んであるぞ。この100の下は日本語か？
それはセットだ。
15日 K9 100セット BCCH 何の略だ？
うちが薬を卸してる病院さ。
この下の落書きは何だろう？なんかのマークかな？猫の足跡みたいだな。
This display has holograms of various K-series products. They're all Mr. Hojo's work. Well, let's look at it. K-Free is a DDS that mimics contact lenses. It uses transmucosal delivery system where the drug is absorbed through the ocular mucous membranes. Well, I would kill to have something like that. K5 is a DDS that takes the form of a patch. It uses a transdermal delivery system where the drug is absorbed through the skin. So it's like an ordinary electroporation patch. The advantage of a transdermal system is you can supply the drug for several weeks with one application. Ah, gee. K6 is a DDS where the drug is absorbed through the buccal mucous membranes. I guess. That one is a little different from the others. That's a mosquito-type micro machine that we tried to use for administering injections. The medical establishment fiercely opposed it, however, so right now it's only used for drawing blood in certain cases. What's this blank one for? That's reserved for K9. We haven't revealed it to the public yet. We're still gathering data at the moment.
ちょっと待った。K9100 セットだって。K9 ってまだ商品化されていないんだろう。どうして病院に100セットも？
新製品は許可が下りた時点で発売までの間にサンプルテストを行うんだよ。テストといっても副作用とかじゃなく二次的なデータを集めて生産や営業への参考にするためさ。
それで100セットっていうのは腑に落ちんな。その病院で確かめてみた方がいいな。そのサンプルはどこで作るんだ？
ここの試作工場さ。
そこを見せてもらえないか？
それは無理だ。
Let's see if there's anything else we can find here. What's this? That's Tokugawa Group's network terminal. It's called the T-Gear 99. All the computers in the group are connected via network. It's used for employees for correspondence and work. It's a special type of hardware not available to the public. It looks like a discount. It looks like a futuristic PC-98, to be honest. If this wasn't connected to the network, it'd be totally useless. Can we use it? You mind if we check it out? I can't permit that. You would have access to sensitive information. Of course, you need to pass the security checks before you get online anyway. They've got a lot of different machines here. Just what do you expect for a place like this? Mr. Hojo used these in his research. I don't know what's what, to tell you the truth. There's a master state manipulator too. These cost a lot of money. Sure do. Nothing but the latest and greatest. It's not easy getting your hands on this stuff. Big difference from Victor's setup. This is very advanced equipment. Please don't touch any of it. He's got a 2D photo here. Mr. Hojo always keeps pictures of his family around. That's unusual for a Japanese in the workplace. That's his wife next to him. He talked about her a lot. This is the same photo Lorraine gave me. As you can probably tell, Mr. Hojo was a jealous person. He was very protective of his wife. Kenzo Hojo. He seems like a down-to-earth guy. Lorraine. That's Mrs. Hojo. It's all medical text and pharmacology files. I wouldn't have a clue what they say. Yeah. We can see the reception area from here. I think we're down to earth guy. I think we are done. Can't have a lab without chairs. These are Mr. Hojo's chairs. I guess it helps having more than one. That's a partition. When DDS drug development started, this area was quite big. Each K-series product had its own team. These were used to separate them. Well, I think we are done here, so it's finished. If we missed anything, then I'm pretty sure Ed would tell us. So that looks like the facility's floor map. As a rule, we don't discuss details of our floor plan with anyone outside the company. Okay. I don't think we can go to the back room, so we will just leave. Oh, we still haven't picked up any solid clues. Let's check this place out a little more. Okay, back there is the factory where we produce samples of new products. I can't let you inside. It's a different story from the DES room. Don't even ask. Okay, I guess we missed something in the DES room. So, let's go back and check it again. Is that your ID card? Every room in the building requires an ID. You can't go anywhere without one. What have we missed? It's a wall video phone. It isn't connected to an outside line for security reasons. I guess... I don't remember what else am I supposed to do here. Can we leave yet? The only real lead we have right now is that Hojo works here. It's too early to turn back yet. A surveillance camera. Lately, companies and whatnot have started monitoring surveillance feeds through computer instead. We've got over 50 cameras here. They're all monitored by computers, so nothing gets past them. Don't go wandering around, you hear me? I wonder if that's what we need to see. Okay. We are missing something. Let's go back to the BDS room one more time. And let's just keep scouring. There's probably something I missed. Easier, more intimidating standing out. BCCH stands for Beyond Coast Central Hospital. It's the biggest hospital on Beyond, making the single biggest market for us. Yeah, I'm familiar with it myself. Several of our employees work from there. We have a very close relationship. We get most of our product data from them. I don't think showing him the photos will be of much good. Can we leave yet? Why don't we keep looking around here? We might have missed something. Why don't we ask him about what Hojo was doing on the 15th? Okay. So, according to the whiteboard, Hojo on the 15th of last month went to BCCH, right? He left just after lunch and never came back. That's the last time I ever saw him. So we know Hojo went to BCCH that day. Hopefully we can pick up the trail there. Okay, can we leave? Oh. I guess we gotta keep talking to him. Did he appear worried about anything? If he was worried about anything, I'd say it would be his daughter more than his work. His daughter? He said she was very ill, that she needed a bone marrow transplant. Something like that. Her name's Karen. He said drugs couldn't cure her. Through irony for him. So yeah, the game does give you hints if you're stuck. Like, Ed gives you hints if you're stuck, if you can't figure it out and you're trying to leave.
よし。北条の足取りも分かったことだし、失礼しようか、ジョナさん。
いいか、くれぐれも会社には内緒にしてくれよ。俺が署内を案内したなんてな。分かってる。助かったよ。
We're cops, not reporters. We're outside Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals. Yeah, Ed will give us advice if we're stuck on something, and that makes sure we aren't like just totally stuck, grasping at straws, trying to figure out where to go. Anyway, it's 5, so that is going to do it for this stream. Thanks everyone for showing up, and thanks Kadam if you're still here. And Uber saw that. Tomorrow's gonna be more Policenauts, but there is another thing I want to bring up is there is a chance I might redo the Wing Commander 1 stream because on WC News they released a new thing for Wing Commander 1. For the GOG/DOS version of Wing Commander 1 that adds some massive quality of life changes that make it much more playable than it used to be. I might actually be able to not just play through the game again, but actually clear the stupid secret missions, and then we can redo the Wing Commander, the Chris Roberts game tier list again. So I might look into that. I might look into that sometime after Policenauts. But given how far we've gotten in Policenauts, I think it's gonna be a while. This is gonna. I should have figured this is gonna be a much longer game than I thought it would be. But anyways, yeah, I will not keep you guys waiting any longer. So I will see you tomorrow. Also, yeah, I mentioned on the Ace Discord my headcanon that Majima is actually a really depressed person who pretends to be crazy and eccentric to cope. I'm gonna stick by that. Bob's Goro. Later.